Stampers, it's Dawn from DawnStampInc.net, and today we're going to make this card box. This one holds standard size cards, and I'm going to show you they hold 4 cards inside plus the envelopes. Now my cards have a lot of dimensionals on them, so it's fairly tight inside my box. But if you don't use a lot of layers, you should be able to fit 4 cards inside your box. And I got this card idea from my friend Celine, so I love this card. So let's go ahead and start with the box. Okay, so you're going to need 2 pieces of cardstock, and I'm using the Cajun Craze. This piece is cut at 6.5 by 10, and then this piece is cut at 6.5 by 6 5/8. So we're going to grab our paper trimmer. Okay, so the 6.5 by 10, we're going to score this one first. So with the 6.5 across the top, we're going to score this at 1 inch. And then slide it down to 5.5. Okay, then you're going to turn it with the 10-inch side across the top. I'm going to score this at 4.5 and 5.5. Okay, so then this is the 6.5 by 6 5/8, and this is the 6.5 inch side. So we're going to put that in first. I'm going to score this at 2 3/4, and then slide it down to 3 3/4. Okay, then we're going to turn it on the 6 5/8 side. We're going to score this at 1 inch. And then slide it down to 5 5/8. And that's the mark right before the 5 3/4. So you pretty much want to have 1 inch over here, just like this side. Okay, so now we're going to remove the 2 boxes on both pieces. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, so now these 2 pieces should look like this. Now we're going to go ahead and fold the score lines. Okay, so on both pieces we're going to apply your tear and tape, and I'm going to apply it here and here on both pieces. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so now this would be the time to stamp. So I'm going to stamp the bottom section of the box, and the tear and tape side is going to be my front of my box. So I'm just going to go ahead and stamp the bottom section, and I'm going to use the stamp set called Vintage Leaves, and I already have these on black. So let me grab my Cajun Craze ink pad, and I need a piece of scrap. Okay, so we're just going to randomly stamp on this section right here. Okay, so now it's time to go ahead and put our box together. We're just going to go ahead and peel off the backing of the tear and tape. Okay, so the backings are tore off. Now we're just going to go ahead and overlap each of the sides. take our bone folder. Make sure it's adhered down really good. Okay, so there's the top. Now the bottom section. Okay, so there's the bottom of the box. And then the lid is just going to fit over top of that. Just like that. But we're going to put our cards in. Show you that they fit. Like I said, there's a lot of dimensionals on these cards, but it does squeeze in there. Okay, so super cute. Alright, so now let me show you how I made these leaves. Okay, so I went ahead already and did these three, but I'm going to show you how I did it. I'm using the shimmery white cardstock and the black StazOn. And I'm going to, let me just stamp this one here. Ink the StazOn up on your leaf. You want to use StazOn because it dries fast, so when we sponge, it won't smear. And I'm using the piercing mat just for cushion, but I still like to hold it for a little bit longer just to make sure that the image gets transferred really nice. Okay, so now we're ready to sponge. Okay, so we're using three colors, Daffodil Delight, Cajun Craze, and Old Olive. We're going to start with the lightest color. Let me get my scrap piece of paper again. Okay, so we're going to use our sponges. And I'm going to apply the lightest color first. If you watched a few of my other videos with sponging, you want to use a heavy hand in sponging just to make the colors pop. Okay, then we're going to use the Old Olive. And I'm just focusing mainly on the bottom section of the leaf with the Old Olive. And then once we cut that out, we'll finish it off with the Cajun Craze. So let's grab the Big Shot. Okay, so for the framelits, we're going to use the leaflets, and we're going to use this one right here. And I also wanted to show you that this framelits coordinates with the Lighthearted leaves also. So not only the vintage leaves, which is the stamp set we're using today, but also this stamp set. Okay? There, looks good. Okay, so now we're just going to sponge the edges with the Cajun Craze. It looks like a real fall leaf, doesn't it? Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. So that's pretty much how I did the leaves. All right, so now let me show you how to put them on the box lid. Let me take this here. Okay, so what I did is I just took some glue dots and I just built the leaves on top of each other. So I'm going to take this oak leaf or maple leaf. I'm going to put a glue dot on the back side of that. And then just layer them together. Take the next one. Just like that. Okay, and then I would pop that up on more glue dots to the box, to the lid, right here, just like that. Okay, so then I used the Venetian trim ribbon and I made a little bow. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to the front also with the glue dot. So we're going to build onto this layer here. So what I did is I took the burlap ribbon and there's a stitched edge on this burlap ribbon. So I just cut that off and then you can peel off two of the strings here. Let me show you. Just peel them off. This one's an extra long piece. Don't need it to be that long, but that's what I had out, so. All right, so then you're just going to take both pieces, kind of line them up together, and then you're just going to make a bow with both pieces. Cute. Put the end. And of course we're going to take some more glue dots. Now this one is going to go over top of the Venetian trim, just to kind of give it some more layers. Super cute. See, then it ties in with the cards that are in the inside with this bow here. Okay? So that's the reason I just added that extra element. Okay, there you go. Okay, so then on this one here, I just added the word grateful to the front of the box. Okay, so that's how you make that box. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you later. Bye.